So then you should be outraged at what Trump is doing, because nothing that he's doing is helping the free market at all. Like, it's, unless your idea of the free market is like a billionaire oligarch's casino where everyone's 401k is the collateral. I mean, if that's what you endorse, I'm asking. I'm confused. The term comes from the Greek word agora, referring to an open place for assembly. I cannot disagree that relationships between people should be voluntary. They absolutely should be voluntary. No one should be forced to do anything. No one should be forced to accept the destruction of due process. And yet that just happened. The Trumptopian movement has just forced America, or it's trying to, it's in the throes of trying to force America at large to accept the shredding and complete disposal of due process. And the arguments in defense of that are laughable, because they clearly, people who are like defending the complete destruction of due process do not seem to understand that as soon as a government no longer respects due process, then it doesn't matter who you are. The moment they want to do something to you, you have no protection. Even if you've been drinking the Kool-Aid the whole fucking time. So that's cool. I don't, not knowing any more than that, and I'll open up the Wikipedia and I'll do a little more reading on that. Thank you for introducing me to a new ism. Now, let me explain to you what I think about isms. And this is something you don't know. You could not predict the following thing that's about to come out of my mind. Biden to illegally wash out of 190 billion TNT. Okay, again, I've never defended Biden. So billionaire tech bros who censorship free speech. Again, I didn't. You have a Biden obsession. I never defended Biden. I never supported Biden. I did not vote for Biden. I'm not a fucking Democrat. So, who are you arguing with in that regard? Not me. You're essentially arguing with yourself there. I do appreciate you introducing me to a new ism. And based on that little blurb that I read, I've nothing to generally disagree with there. Except for when people say free market, we need to disambiguate what that's supposed to mean. Because a lot of the same people who are like free market also like don't respect the free market a lot. It's confusing. But yeah, generally, and I'm going to read some more about agorism. Now, again, since you haven't asked and you keep projecting and telling me things, bringing up argument points that have got nothing to do with what I've said. I've never once supported Biden. I've never once blindly defended him. So you attempting to own me by saying, yeah, what about this Biden stuff? Is like, I don't give a flying fuck about you bringing that up right now. He's not in office. He's never going to be in office again. And I wasn't defending him at any point in time. Ever. What about what Trump is doing now, bruh? Yeah, all of that is bad. What about, I'll tit for tat you since you seem to want to, you only seem to understand that. What about the Tate brothers? You mad about Silk Road? I think it is inexcusable that Andrew Tate and his trafficking brother went straight to Mar-a-Lago. But I never defended Biden. Okay? So, I didn't say past or historical data doesn't matter. I'm saying that in this context, it's got nothing to do with what my message is, which is what you're trying to critique. It's like if someone were to criticize the book War and Peace, but they didn't read the book. They played Call of Duty. So their book report is all about the storyline in Call of Duty. It's irrelevant. Do you understand what that means, or do you need a dictionary? Of course, past events and data count. That's why when Trump announced in front of a bunch of paid extras that he was abandoning his Democratic Party affiliation to run for the Republican Party, I pointed out the facts of his past record, including multiple fraud cases that he lost, multiple bankruptcies of casinos. Do you understand how hard it is to bankrupt a casino? Do you understand why we have a phrase called the house always wins? They are money-making machines. It's really hard to drive a casino bankrupt. He did it multiple times. And all you've got is a dismissal emoji. See what I mean? But I'm the cognitive dissonant, blind faith sheeple that's blindly defending corrupt politicians when you're literally doing it. Has this been fun for you? Because I look forward to making clips. It's going to be fun for me. Thanks for coming by. I appreciate it. I now feel like I need to take a massive dump and then eat something. So you'll forgive me. I got to go. Again, none of what you said. He realized that left was corrupt. Oh, he did? And that's why he then took money from every foreign national that would give him money through his hotels? Because he completely ignored the emoluments clause for his entire first term? He realized the left was so corrupt that he went to the right to be more corrupt. You should be outraged that this past weekend or the weekend before, I forget which, instead of receiving dead veterans, he was getting paid by a Middle Eastern oligarch, billionaire, to host a golf tournament at one of his golf club things, even though he swore both times that he ran for office that he would play the least golf of any president ever. But I'm the one that's blindly defending a corrupt politician. Like, you make no sense, buddy. And, like, I don't know, your emojis are adorable, but, bro, speak anecdotally. Casinos are money machines. That's literally what I did say. And he bankrupted multiple of them. Do you not understand that? Like, facts matter, but you're the one ignoring the facts. Past track record matters, but you're the one defending a guy with a horrible track record. Not me. I ain't defending anybody. I'm literally asking, how can anyone defend that? And you're bending over backwards and doing mental gymnastics to try to ridicule me like we're in junior high and you're some guy on the playground that wants to be a playground bully but doesn't quite know yet how. I don't know why you keep bringing up Biden. It's adorable but irrelevant. Irrelevant. Because I'm not defending him. How many casinos have you started again? None. But I've also not bankrupted anything. And that's a meaningless straw man argument. Hilarious. I'm not running for office. I'm not the one claiming that America should be run like a corporation, whilst also blaming giant corporations for everything that's wrong in the country, while also taking corporate money from the biggest, giant, most corrupt corporations ever. And a foreign-born billionaire oligarch who overstayed his visa. Like, I'm not the one defending the impossible to defend, dude. So, your attempts to dismiss me are adorable, but meaningless, and easily laughed off. Okay. That has been I think that we've exhausted the terms of that discussion. Again, I humbly invite you to actually try to wrap your brain around what my message is, because while your new ism that I just learned about is interesting, my ism may actually blow your mind because it's an anti-ism ism. The reason your commentary at me is irrelevant is not because it doesn't somehow have validity in regards to the things you're criticizing Biden about. It's because I'm not supporting Biden and I'm not promoting any of his isms. So it's kind of besides the point. It's besides the point that I'm making. It's irrelevant to the point that I'm making. The point that I'm making is currently lost on you. If you'd like to have a more productive discussion, I humbly invite you to actually try to comprehend what my message is, which, if I were to summarize in one simple sentence, it's this. But I humbly invite you to listen to my podcast in order to get it explained to you in breadth and depth, so you can then address what I'm actually said, as opposed to throwing nonsense spaghetti at me and seeing what sticks, none of which will. Including trying to accuse me of having a big ego. Like, that's just a human mechanism. You have a big ego too. Like, if you didn't, you wouldn't be here trying to argue with me. Especially trying to argue with me not knowing what my core thesis actually is. You can't have a discussion with anybody if you don't know what they're trying to say, right? You just know that I am opposing Trump, but I'm not just blindly, irrationally opposing Trump, because I've had my reasons from the get-go that are bigger than whatever the script tells you to accuse me of with the left, because I've got nothing to do with them. And it's, if I'm going to summarize my thesis or my ism in one tiny sentence, it would be, all isms are made up and imaginary, and we need to maybe transcend them so we can solve the actual problems. Because your ism, their ism, everybody's isms arguing and running on a treadmill, and I have not seen the problems get solved in 50 fucking years. It's the same argument, right? How can I speak on running a business? Because I have eyes and ears and a brain, dude. And I have run businesses. I've just never started a casino. I've never run for office, but I have the right to voice my opinion about politics and what politicians do. And curiously, I never used that right to blindly defend anybody. So until you can meet me in that space and actually comprehend what I'm trying to say about transcending the ideology instead of entrenching ourselves in more ideological infighting, meet me there, and then we can discuss something. Because right now, you're just going around in circles. And I'm just sitting here going, hey, buddy, you're going around in circles. And what you are talking about doesn't apply to me. Not because of my ego, but because of what I say in my content, because of what I'm trying to explain and share. It's like I said, it's like if you went to a basketball game but cheered for your favorite football team. Like, you just don't realize you're at a basketball game yet when it comes to talking with me. It's not hate. I'm just letting you know, Like, you don't know what you don't know. That's a fact of life. None of us can know what we do not know. You have no idea what you do not know about me. And yet you insist on telling me what I stand for instead of actually hearing me out. It's up to you if you want to follow through on the invitation. Doors wide open. My podcast, and if you've been lurking that long, you know that my podcast is freely available for anyone to listen to wherever fine podcasts are shared for free. Just search for the Almost Daily Zencast and or Mr. Zeppo, and you should be able to find random episodes. But if you want to go to the home of the podcast, dear friends and audience, wait, what scene are we in? Dear Streamlabs, what are we doing? Oh, there we go. If you want to come, anybody following along, and I hope there are more people following along than seems obvious at first, I humbly invite anybody that wants to discuss this civilly and for the purposes of